are you? I know it's been a while. I promised you a new flow, I don't know how many months ago, but this morning I had the time, so I hopped on my mat, gave it a practice run, and that's what I came up with. So thanks for being here. Today's flow is going to be about, I would say, going with the flow, because I was thinking the other day that often we try to be better and be a better version of ourselves and grow and learn something new, and often we think 5 steps ahead instead of first just being here and accepting what is. And I think that's so important to always come back before we try to be better, which is obviously a good thing, to come back to what is and who we are now and what is present for us now, and just accept that and accept it, even if it's uncomfortable or even if it's amazing even. I mean, that's easy to accept, but most of all, if it's uncomfortable, we accept where we are and work through it and breathe in and breathe out and let it go. And I think that's the first part of growing and being better, a better person, so to speak. So that's the topic of today's flow. Maybe in between poses, transitions, you can think about that, and or if you feel uncomfortable and you want to get out, you think about it, you just accept what is. There's nothing wrong with being a bit uncomfortable. You can just breathe in, breathe out, let it go, but stay where you are and accept what comes up for you today. So that's the topic, and I would suggest we jump right in. Let's start at the top of our mats. And I would want to start in this seat where your toes are tucked and you're sitting on the heels. If that's not possible, grab a blanket or a pillow and put it on your heels so you have a bit more cushion. And then just sit here. Notice your spine. Maybe you want to close the eyes. Notice how your spine is curved naturally. Let the shoulder blades just sink on the back of your spine. Let the shoulder blades drop. And breathe. Let's first arrive here and notice how we feel today. Try to breathe in evenly and the same length as your exhales. Take a couple more breaths. And then slowly blink your eyes open and put your right hand back behind you on the mat where your right foot is. And inhale, bring the left arm up and over your head and stretch the chest open. Inhale here. And exhale, come down, switch it up. Left hand down, right hand up, inhale. Stretch the chest up, look up. And exhale down, switch it up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up on the other side. Exhale down. Inhale up. You can even bring the palms of the hands up so you have a little more stretch here in the arm. And switch it up. Inhale, left side. Bring the palms up. I notice it in my shoulders as well. down in front of you, and right away come into your first downward facing dog. And if that's your first movement of the day, it isn't mine, but I know how it feels. We want to go slower in our first downward facing dog. So press the mat away. Press yourself away from your mat so you have distance between your wrists and your shoulders and your hips. The hips want to go up and back behind you towards the far corner of the room. And then obviously you can have the knees bent at this stage to make your spine even longer. And just breathe, or maybe walk out your dog to feel into the hamstrings. You can do whatever you want. You can twist around. You can feel it in your back. Whatever feels good here. And then make your way back to center. Maybe you can bring the heels down, but this is not necessary. Press the hips up. Make your spine long. And then inhale. Bring the right leg up. Bend at the knee. And bring the knee over to the right side. You can come on the tiptoes here. Over to the right side. Try to keep the shoulders square to the mat, but bring the knee over the hips. And exhale. Bring that foot down. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Bend at the knee. Maybe come onto the tiptoes. Bring the knee over your hip. Up and over. So you should feel the stretch in your psoas, maybe in your hips as well. And the shoulders stay square. Come back down, exhale. Now inhale, bring that right leg up again. Bend at the knee. And then exhale, bring the knee maybe halfway in between your feet and your hands and drop it down. Open to the left side. For a modified side plank, you want to be on that foot, on that back foot. You want to have a stable base, and then press yourself away from your mat with your right hand. Bring the right hand and the left hand up, and then over your head to stretch your side body long. Look up towards the ceiling if you can, and stretch it long, and breathe. Now look down at your hand, press your fingers into the mat, maybe tuck the toes for a little bit of stability, and slowly, if you can, try to bring the left leg up to the height of your hips, then bend at the knees and bring the knee forward to bring that left foot right next to your right foot. Set your right knee back a little bit because we will come into a low lunge. Set it up here. The hips want to be square, and then on an inhale, you rise up, hands up over your head. Maybe you want to look up a little bit, but not too much. And then try to drop into that front hip while staying square. You can even feel if your hips are still square. And then try to sink. Breathe here. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. And then bring your hips back a little to come into your first half split. But go really slow because we haven't warmed up that much yet. Just go really, really, really slow. Come back with your hips up and back. but try to keep the hips square. So you want to bring your left hip back, right hip forward. Press into the mat with your left heel. So you have activation in the leg, and then fold. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Stay on the fingertips here. And exhale, come back to your half split. Go slow, we'll go with the breath. Inhale, low lunge, hips come forward. The chest wants to be open. Exhale, hips back, forward. Inhale, come forward, hips want to drop. Exhale, hips back, forward, half split. Inhale, come forward again, tuck your toes. Lift the knee off the ground, plant your palms on the mat, and then lift up your left foot and bring the knee into the chest. Hold it here. And inhale, three-legged dog, left leg is up. Inhale, bring your knee to your left tricep, curl in, hold it, press yourself away from the mat, and exhale, come back up, inhale here, exhale, knee to your nose, press yourself away from the mat, round your back. Hold it here. Inhale. Come back up into your three-legged dog. Exhale. Knee to right tricep. Hold yourself here. Press yourself away from the mat. And inhale. Three-legged dog. On your next inhale, bring that left knee onto the outside of your left tricep as far as you can. Stay here and hold. And remember, we want to just accept what comes up. Hold it here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. It's not good, it's not bad. Just hold it here. Let it go. And then bring your left foot to the floor. And bring your hands forward a little bit. Stay on the fingertips here into a modified lizard. You can drop the knee down if you want. And then maybe take a bow here. And come back up. Just as open and up, like a modified up dog lizard mix. Exhale, bow to the mat, and inhale, chest comes up through the arms. Hips will stay low this whole time. Exhale, bow, inhale up, and then bring the hands to the mat, tuck your toes, lift the knee off the ground, and slowly step your right foot next to your right hand and sink for a yogi squat malasana. The toes are out, heels are in. And then inhale to straighten the spine. Try to sit up straight. The shoulders want to be over the hips, so maybe you need to come back a little. Chest is up, and you can help yourself open the hips with your hands and elbows. From here, take an inhale and lift yourself up halfway, so to speak, into an active squat. Sit here, hands are out in front of you. Hold it. Breathe. The back side is going back and down. You want to be able to see your big toes. And then inhale, stand up, rise up, Hands to the top, palms meet, and exhale. Hands to your chest. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold. You can bring the legs together a little bit, the feet, so you have a hips width stand. And fold here. You can definitely still have the knees bent. Hold it here. Let everything hang heavy. Neck is relaxed. Inhale for your halfway lift. Flat back. And exhale, step back into your plank and lower. Elbows bent to chaturanga. Slowly look forward. Inhale. Come up into your upward facing dog. The hips want to come through the arms, as does the chest. And exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Bend at the knees. Maybe want to come on the tiptoes. And then inhale, bring the chest in. Halfway through the hand and the legs. Turn to the side of the mat. Come onto your foot as a stable base. And bring the arm up for modified side plank. Grip the mat with your hand so you have more stability. Maybe then tuck the toes as a kickstand, look down. And slowly lift that right leg up to the height of your hip. Hold it here. Bend at the knee. And bring it forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So the right foot can land beside your left. Bring the left knee back a little bit. So we can set up for Vinyasa. Low lunge. Come up. Sink into the hips, make sure everything is square. Right hip back, left hip forward. Lift the arms up and look up. Maybe you can bring more weight into the heel so your toes can come off the mat. Press the heel into the mat, the front heel. And stay. Exhale, hands down, and slowly bring the hips back for your half split. As I said, go slow. Hips are square, right hip wants to come back, left hip forward. Press the heel into the mat so you have activation. Kneecap is up. And inhale, come forward into your lunge. Chest is up, as I said. Maybe you can even try to keep the belly to the thigh when you go back. Slowly, slowly, onto your half split. So your spine is long when you bend forward. You don't want to have a super rounded back. Your stretch wants to start from the low back. Inhale. Chest comes forward. Low lunge. Exhale. Half split. Inhale. Chest is up. Exhale. Half split. Inhale, we come forward. Tuck your toes, lift the knee off the ground, plant your hands on the mat, and then lift your right foot, knees into the chest. And inhale back, three-legged dog. One more inhale here, and exhale, bring the knee to your right triceps. Hold it here. Round your back, press yourself away from the mat. And inhale, extend the leg back. Exhale, knee to your nose. Press yourself away from the mat. Round your back. And inhale, Three-legged dog. Leg extends. Exhale. One more time. Right knee, left tricep. Hold it here. Maybe you can come higher to the tricep. Hold it. Press yourself away. And bring the right leg back. One more inhale here. And exhale. Bring the knee to the outside of your right triceps and hold it here. Now hold it again and think about what we said. Even if it's hard, even if it's uncomfortable, press yourself away from the mat. Turn the insides of your arms forward. The triceps back, biceps forward. Press yourself away. And then slowly bring the right hand. I know, I'm sweating too. Bring the right foot down. Now from here you can extend the arms, come onto the fingertips. Maybe you even drop the leg for a modified lizard. And then exhale, bow down to the floor. And inhale, chest is forward. Exhale, bow down to the floor. Inhale, chest is forward and up. Exhale, bow down to the floor. And inhale, chest is up, hips stay low. And then bring the palms to the mat again, hands to the mat. Pick your knee up from the mat and slowly bring that left foot to meet the right in a Malasana Yogi squat. Sit up straight. Bring your left hand in front of your knee and the right arm up for an easy twist in Malasana. Try to keep the knee still up, still going to the right. Don't let it fall to the inside. And inhale to center. Other side, right side in front of the knee. Left arm lifts up. Open the chest to the left side. And come back to center. Now slowly, maybe you want to bring the heels of the toes in a little bit. We'll rise into our active squat. The hips sit low behind you so you can see your toes. Stay here. And on the next inhale, rise up to stand, look up, palms touch. Exhale. Hands to the heart. Bring the feet in a little further. Inhale, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold over your leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back or jump back, whatever you usually do. And lower to the floor, chaturanga, but look forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest comes through the arms. And exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. Stay here for 3 breaths. Try to slow your breath again. Equal inhales, equal exhales. And then bring the feet together at the back of the mat. Little space between the heels. Look forward. Bend the knees. And on your next inhale, jump forward to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Come up into your chair pose now. Sit the hips low. The neck wants to be relaxed, as are the shoulders. The core is in. Tailbone is tucked a little bit. That brings it more into the quads. I like that better. And bring the arms up. and stay. You can do this. Steady breathing. One more inhale. And exhale. Fold over your legs. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Maybe you want to jump back this time into chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Then right away, lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to your chest and then step your foot through the hands. Inhale. Rise into your crescent lunge. Now here, you want to come high onto the back toe there on the ball of your foot and sink into that right knee. And if you can't straighten that left leg, that's no problem. Just go for a double bend crescent lunge. That's actually better for lengthening the psoas sometimes. So just remember you want to have the hip tucked and not go into a back bend like that, because that takes it out of that back leg completely. So try to have the tailbone tucked, arms up. Stay here. I know I'm talking a lot. Stay here. And then exhale. Bow down. Bring the hands back behind you, but do not drop your belly onto your thigh and rest here. Pick it up from it. Stay up from it. Look forward. Hold your space here. Breathe. Inhale, rise back up into your crescent lunge. Now bring the hands back behind you and behind your hips. Clasp your hands. Open the chest. Smile with your clavicles, so to speak. And then from here, with an open chest, bow down. Similar to what we just did, but with a clasp hand, bow down on the inside of your right hip. Try to not have the right hip travel forward with you. Keep it back. Engage your legs. Stay here. Breathe. One more breath in. And then release the clasp. Bring the left hand to the mat. Right hand up for an easy twist. Again, the right hip wants to stay back. And then from here, roll onto the outside of your left toes. And just like we did in the beginning of class, come into a side plank version. Knee is up, as if you would do a tree pose, so to speak. Hold it here, press into the mat, and grip your fingers. And then step your right foot back behind you. Open the chest, turn the front body to the ceiling, press the hips up, and open the chest for a wild thing pose. Really use that back leg to press the hip up. Neck can be relaxed, and breathe. From here, come back into your side plank, go slow. Bring your right foot to the mat, right hand to the mat, and then lower to chaturanga, and up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Let's do this again on the right side, and let's add on a little bit. So inhale, right leg lifts. So inhale, come high into the balls of your feet, bend the knees, look forward, look where you want to land, and jump forward into your chair pose. Arms up. Stay here. One more breath in. And exhale, fold over your leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right foot lifts. Exhale, step it through to your hands. And inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. Stay here, maybe have both legs bent. Come high onto your toes. Breathe. Exhale, lean forward, bring the hands back behind you. Lean forward, but don't touch your belly to your thigh. Keep it there. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Bring the hands together to clasp. Chest is open. Shoulder blades come together at the back of the mat. Back of your spine. And then bow down for your humble warrior. Again, the hips do not want to travel with you. Keep the right hip back and come low. Maybe you can bring the arms forward even more. I don't always do that. It doesn't feel that good for me, but if you can bring them down on the floor even. Hold your space here. Inhale, left hand to the mat. Easy twist up to the right side. And then turn your foot the back of the sideways to the back of the mat. Pick up the right foot. So you're in Vashisthasana, side plank, hold it. And bring it back behind you for your wild thing pose. Press the hips down, open the chest. And now, let's add on from here. Come back to your Vashisthasana. Bring the right knee into the chest. Maybe you can come to the ball of your foot. Grip the mat. Go very, very slow. So you don't fall. Wobbling, yes. Try to not fall. And then place the right foot right next to your left hand. And stand up into your warrior 3. You can definitely have a little bit of a bend in your right leg. That's going to make it harder, but also squares off the hips nicely. So stay here. Inhale. Bring the knee into the chest, left knee up. And then exhale. Bend the right knee. Bend it, bend it, bend it. So you can tap that left knee onto your right ankle. Can you do that? Come low, and then extend the left leg and bring your foot way back behind you. And sit up for your warrior 2. Now take the time to set it up here. I usually don't land where I would want my warrior 2 to set up, so take your time. Remember, your hips want to square the long side of the mat. Knee wants to go out to the side. Look over your extended arms. Inhale here, bring the shoulders up, and exhale. Let them drop. Push into your side, the side of your back foot here. Equal height of the hips, and breathe. Now without changing the legs, just bring the right hand up for a reverse warrior. Inhale and exhale. Stretch yourself forward long so you can bring the right elbow onto your thigh and stretch your arm up and over your head for an extended side angle. Maybe you can look up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And come back into your warrior two. And now slowly let yourself sink into the back hip, bend the left knee for your Skandasana. Maybe you need to bring, sorry, you can't see me now. Maybe you can bring the hands down, but maybe you will keep them up this time. And don't come as far down. Try to hold yourself up with your own strength. Try to have the heart open, spine long. And then with your strength, try to come back up. No hands, maybe. And then turn to the back of the mat for a modified pyramid pose. I am still on my tiptoes on the right side, as you can see. Square off your hips, bring the left hip back, and on your exhale, fold over your left leg. Maybe here you want to have your blocks, so you have some space to fold. Again, the stretch wants to come from the low back. And we do not round, do not want to round like this, but rather lengthen forward, and then try to fold for as far as you can go. And then inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to either your blocks or the mat if that's possible. And now try with your core, try to drag that left foot through on the mat to come back into your three-legged dog. From here, come into a three-legged plank forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale, outward facing dog, feet are now on the floor. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's do the other side. Inhale, come high onto your tiptoes. Set yourself up here, look forward. And on your next inhale, jump forward to the back of your mat now. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up into your chair pose. Stay here. Check to see if your big toes are still there. Maybe you can, again, bring the weight into the heels so the toes can come off the mat even. Maybe tuck the tailbone a little bit, and then try to have the arms relaxed and look up. Stay here. One more inhale, and exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back, step back, whatever you do. Chaturanga. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up this time. And exhale, bring it through the hands. Inhale, rise up into your crescent lunge. Again, check to see if your hips are square to the mat. If you can't straighten the back leg, which I often can't, I have a slight bend in my back leg. And then also check if one hip is dropping down or not. Try to have it same height facing forward. Arms up. Stay here. Exhale, bow down over your leg. Hands come back behind you. But stay away from the thigh. Lift yourself up with your core, with your back. Stay lifted. And accept whatever comes, even if the legs are shaking. It's no problem. Just keep with it. Breathe. Let it go. Let discomfort go. Inhale. Come back up. Bring the hands behind you. Clasp the hands. Chest is open. And then drop down. Humble warrior. Or humble crescent, I would say. And then bring the clasp over your hand. Try to not have the hip travel with you that much. And stay. I am shaking, but we'll let that go. If you're shaking, let it go. Breathe. 2 more breaths. We can do it. And then inhale, put the right hand on the mat. Easy twist to the left side. Inhale. Bring the outside of the left foot onto the mat. Pick up your right foot, pick up your left foot for a Vashisthasana, sort of a tree pose Vashisthasana. Grip the mat. Press yourself away from the ground. You want to engage the side body here. And then slowly drop that back foot behind you. Press the hips up, chest up. Look back, let the neck relax for your wild thing pose. And just enjoy this heart opener here. Go very slow. On your next inhale, come back into your Vashisthasana. And square everything off to the mat. Chaturanga. Lower. And now, upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Let's keep moving. Look forward, come up onto the tiptoes. Inhale. Jump forward into your halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Inhale. Come into your chair pose. Stay here. Watch and see if your toes are still there. Sit lower if you can. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lift that left leg again. Inhale. And exhale, step it in between the hands to set up for your crescent lunge. Inhale. Come up into your crescent lunge. Stay here again. Maybe double bend. And exhale, lean forward. Hands back behind you. Hold it here. Hold it here. Pick yourself up from your thigh, even if you're shaking. One more breath. And inhale. Rise back up into your crescent lunge. Bring the hands back behind you. Clasp the hands, open the chest, and then bow down for your humble crescent. One more time. Holding this position. Wow, the outer hips are burning for me. I don't know how you feel, but let's go. And let's breathe again. One more inhale. Exhale. And then bring the right hand to the mat. Easy twist to the left side. Inhale. And on your exhale, pick up your left foot. Move through Vashisthasana. Grip the mat. And then put the left foot back behind you and open for your wild thing pose. Stay. bring the knee into the chest. Maybe you can come to the ball of your right foot. Wobbling is fine, hold it here. The hand extends long, the left hand, and then slowly bring the left foot forward. Rise up for your warrior 3. Keep your left leg bent just a tiny bit so you work harder. And then inhale, rise. Bring the right knee into the chest. From here, bend that left leg again. Bring the knee back. We want to just tap that left ankle real quick. Lean forward so you won't lose balance. Tap it. And then step it back. Step the right leg way back so you can set up for your warrior 2. Hips are facing the sides of the mat, the long side of the mat this time. Don't have a back bend here in your warrior 2. Try to tuck the tailbone again. It brings it even more in the hips, but embrace it, embrace that feeling. And then sink into the front left leg. Look forward over your left hand. On your next inhale, leave the legs as they are. Just bring the left hand up and over for your reverse warrior. Stretch the side body. And then exhale, make yourself long. Bring the left elbow onto your thigh. And set up for extended side angle. Right arm reaches up and over your head. And stretch up in one long line from fingers to toes. Look up if you can. Hold it here. And breathe. From here, come back into your warrior 2 and then sink into the back leg for your Skandasana. Left leg is still straight and extended, and try to sit up a little bit. Don't come all the way down. Keep the chest up, the spine is straight. Sorry that I am always not facing that side of the mat. Maybe I should turn around. But we got it, almost. Just stay here. And then with your own strength, come back up. Try to not use the hands, and then face the front side of the mat again. We are now in a modified pyramid pose on the back toes. Inhale. Spine is long. Lengthen forward. And then exhale, fold over your right leg. I am really enjoying this stretch now, to wind it down a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift, and then again, set the palms down, either on blocks or on the mat, and try to drag the foot. Use your core strength, drag it backwards into your 3-legged dog. Come forward into your 3-legged plank. Lower chaturanga, set the foot down, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring the right knee to your triceps, and then the left toes to the side of the mat to set up for your pigeon pose. Now in your pigeon, again, try to have the hips square. It doesn't matter if your foot is parallel to the front mat. Wow, I am sweating. Or no. You can have that foot into your pelvis, so to speak. But try to sit up straight, open the chest, Engage that glute on the back leg. And then come on to the fingertips again. And let's do the bowing action again. Bow down. And come up again. Inhale. Bow down. Do that a few times in your own rhythm. Come up again. Bow down. Come up again. And then when you bow down the next time, just stay here. Enjoy that stretch. Try to let go of any tension, especially in your neck, in your jaw. The hands don't do anything anymore. Even the shoulders can be relaxed. And stay here for a couple more breaths. Inhale. Slowly come back up. Pick your right foot off of the mat. Bring it back behind you. Do whatever feels comfortable. If you want to roll up the hips, I'm just walking my dog. That's all I need for today. And then switch sides. Left knee to your right triceps. Bring your foot over to the side of the mat. And then sink down. Hips still want to be square. Stay up and lifted. Engage your back glute. Walk your hands out on your fingertips and then bow down a few times again. Inhale, come back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then come down and stay here. However far down you can go. But try to not go as far as you are not being able to breathe. Then I would rather have you just go 50% of the way or 60%. But stay at a place where you are still feeling okay. Uncomfortable is okay, but breathing is the most important here. Stay and be relaxed as much as you can. Again, the hands, wiggle the hands. We don't need them anymore right now. Your jaw can be relaxed. Shoulders can be relaxed. Focus on just your breath. Inhale and exhale. Equal lengths. And then slowly make your way back up. And maybe we can sit down onto the left side of our backside and bring the right leg around and come down onto our backs. Just slowly, one vertebrae at a time, make your way onto your back. And then maybe you want to do one last thing with me, which I find very relaxing, but if you don't feel like it, you can just go into a happy baby pose. Grab on the outside of your feet. Have the feet pointing upwards, heels pointing upwards, and then you will try to bring the knees down to the floor, but also the feet parallel to each other. And try to keep your spine on the floor, even the lower spine. Don't come up like this. Try to have it flat to the ground, and if you can't reach that far, maybe you just want to grab a strap, I didn't say that, and stay here, if you know what I mean. But also, if you want to try something else with me, we will go into a shoulder stand. One thing I want you to think about is that you will stay gazing up towards the ceiling. Don't look around with your head, look up towards the ceiling. And then curl your knees in. Maybe use the hands to curl them in more. Support your lower back here. Support your lower back here. The elbows are on the floor. And then maybe tuck your chin to your chest. Maybe you can straighten the legs out and come into your shoulder stand like that. I find this very relaxing to end my practice. And I know it's a bit of activity still, obviously. You need to hold yourself up, you need to use your core and use your legs, but still to reverse that action and having the legs up is just so calming to me. So stay here. We will stay for 10 breaths if you can. Don't look around. Just enjoy that feeling. Maybe the feet will start to tangle. That's completely fine. Just the blood flow is reversed. And when your 10 breaths are over, we will slowly bend the knees, bring the knees into the chest, go very, very slow, and then slowly lower yourself to the ground. Lower, lower, lower. Come back to the ground. From here, you will bring the knees into the chest one more time, and then keep the right leg into the chest, extend the left leg out, and then slowly guide it over to your left side, right arm to the right side, look to the right, and enjoy this twist. Slowly bring it back down, both knees to the chest. Extend the right leg out and slowly guide your left knee over to the right side. Look to your left and stay. Remember to always keep the shoulders on the ground. It doesn't matter where the knee is or how far the knee goes. Try to keep the shoulders on the ground. Inhale back to center. And then slowly extend both legs out to each corner of the mat. To set up for a final resting pose. Arms can come to the sides of the mat. I always say the same, but take up space here. Take up space. This is your time. This is your hour of practice. Take up space. You are here. You deserve to be here. And it feels good to have everything extended out. And then stop controlling the breathing. Just breathe however your body wants to breathe. Start to notice how everything gets heavy. The hands are heavy. to melt into the floor. Your chest is heavy. Relax the jaw again. Relax your eyes. And then rest in Savasana. And then slowly, if you want to stay and take more time in Shavasana, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you're ready, wiggle the toes and the fingers. Breathe in deeply. Maybe you want to even stretch out as if you're getting up in the morning. Deep breath in. And then exhale. Roll onto one side. And slowly support yourself while rising up. Slowly to seated. And then come into an easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Hands to your heart. And just notice how you feel right now. And again, think about not attaching yourself too much to that feeling. We accept what comes. We accept what goes. We accept hardship and happiness. And we breathe on. Thank you for practicing with me. You can blink your eyes open. Thank you and namaste.